What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, as of yesterday, Erik Holmes, 19 years old, out of Clayton County, Georgia, who was killed by police after a car chase ensued, the case has been closed. During which the time this case has been open, I think it was last September this happened. I may be wrong, but it was sometime late last year when this incident happened. The Clayton County, Georgia DA has since closed the case. This officer had resigned during this situation. Things went bad real quick. Now, in this video, the reason why I'm making this video is yesterday they announced it in court. After showing the video, the police body cam footage, so on and so forth, family of Erik Holmes was there, including his mother, and the news made a report on it. Now, I'm going to play what the news report was, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to get really serious on this. And I'm not going to hold back. And I want to point out something that we see a lot and nobody really talks about it. We really need to start looking at things for what they are, and people need to be held accountable for their actions. And I'm going to stop there. Take a look at this clip and we're going to really get on this. Check it out.
With frustration, wiping away tears after learning a grand jury decided not to indict the Clayton County police officer who shot her son to death. Tonight, the family of 19-year-old Erik Holmes says they still want justice.
Atlanta News First, Rachel Aragon is live at 5 south of Atlanta in Morrow, where all of this started with a report of a stolen vehicle. Rachel.
Yeah, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation says the officers first responded to reports of a stolen Kia found here at Morrow. The car was electronically tracked back here outside, reportedly, of Erik Holmes' workplace. The district attorney's office says Holmes was being questioned about the car and shortly after jumped in. Police showing video of Stevens repeatedly ordering Holmes to get out of the car. The DA says Officer Stevens testified he fired his gun after Holmes refused to comply with his demands and appeared to be reaching for a gun. The 19-year-old sped off and crashed.
I want people to understand, I know you're going to have your opinions, you're going to say whatever, but if Erik life equaled a car, I need you to reevaluate yourself.
Well, in court today, the district attorney is saying that Rome PD cautioned the officers, saying that there was a gun inside that stolen car that had yet to be recovered. District attorney also saying her office did a follow-up investigation after the grand jury's decision.
Because the follow-up investigation uncovered no new or conflicting evidence regarding the actions of Officer Stevens, there was no justification to present this case to another grand jury. In conclusion, this case is officially closed.
Now, about a month after that fatal shooting, we know Officer Stevens did in fact quit the police force. Reporting live in Morrow this evening, Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
All right, guys, that was the video clip, and you can see the mother was sadly disturbed. And rightfully so. You lost a son, and you feel as though you didn't get justice. But before I address that elephant in the room, I looked a little bit about, I want to talk a little bit about what we looked at in the video clip and what they said. Said he had a stolen Kia, and he was found with the Kia. The Kia was tracked. It was at his job. At his job. So you have a stolen car, but you have a job where you make money with an opportunity to buy your own car at 19 years old. That's the first thing. Second thing is police saw a multicolored gun in the car. Now, they haven't recovered the gun. Somebody going to say that in the comment section. Oh, they ain't found the gun. He took off before the cop could get back in the thing. And we know for a fact people throw guns all the time. Now, I'm not Let me just skip all that. I'm going to just keep it real. A chase ensued. He was shot when he was trying to escape. The mother said this. She says she was upset with the verdict that I'm not going to do anything, right? And close the case. You seen she was really upset. She had her hands on her head. She didn't want to hear what they had to say. A whole big tirade. People mourn how they mourn, right? But the mother said something that kind of aggravated me. She said, if Erik's life means less than a car, then people need to reevaluate themselves. That right there screams her being totally dismissive of the fact that, ma'am, your son was out there doing crazy stuff. See, a lot of people, when they feel as though justice is not done for them, they go over all of these things and get to this one part. My son was shot, or my son is no longer here, or my child, whether it's a male or female, didn't do anything wrong. This just happened. So I'm going to tell you something. When you listen to her talk, first thing out of her mouth was what? You guys are going to have your own opinions. There's facts and then there's opinions. Let me show you the facts, ma'am. Your son was in the stolen car. That wasn't his. Fact. He ran away from the cop, which resulted in him getting shot. Fact. Cop questioned him about the vehicle. He wasn't listening. Fact. Succumbed to his wounds down the street, fell off, rode up the side of the road. Fact. Life is about cause and effect. Because we do that, the effect is that. You can be dismissive for so long, but the facts will come out and prove otherwise, whether you like them or not. Now, you want something to happen to this officer. They forced him to resign. So that man ain't got his job no more to appease you while he was doing his job. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We look at all of these. I want you to go look at these videos where you see these body cam footage where people wind up getting shot by police. What's the first thing you see that starts the whole thing? Non-transparency on the side of the suspect. And then the second thing is followed by not following orders or listening. These are traits that, now this is a 19-year-old boy. He's considered a man. 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know what following orders is. As parents, this is all parenting is. Trying to teach your children to do the right thing constantly until they're able to fathom it and figure it out and go on their own. And you've instilled these values and always do the right thing. Tell me what was right about any of this stuff your son did, man. Going in the courtroom, a little bit of advice for anybody. Going in the courtroom, especially a mother of a child that is not doing what he's supposed to do. Going in there and throwing yourself at the mercy of the court, crying and stuff like that means nothing to them when they're going to follow the law to the letter. They're going to do that. That's why we see certain criminals get off when they know they deserve more time than that. It's like nobody figures this out. We got a lot of people out here doing dumb stuff. And a lot of us need to come to realization that all of the kids we have is not going to be angels. But once they get to the point where the water get deep and their age get enough where they can be accountable for their actions, they're going to have to swim for themselves. Because I'm not going to kill myself personally to go out there and save somebody that's drowning when I told them they shouldn't be in that area anyway for the past 18 plus years. The fact that there are so many people out here that are dismissive on things they know better. Then your offspring do something. How can anybody feel pity for you? Honestly, how can anybody feel pity for you? Ma'am, you told your son a stolen car, being in a stolen car or having a stolen car was wrong? Presumably, yes. Having a gun, unregistered or whatever. illegally obtained. Yes. What guilt do you have? He made his choices. And that's just how I look at it. Did you see the DA or who that lady was, the black lady reading that thing? You see the hurt on her face saying that to them? Nobody thinks of that. Nobody thinks of that. Me as a father, men are very direct. You tell us why you did something and why it was done, whether we like it or not, it is what it is. We have a lawful nature. Mother was thinking with her heart from the inside out. I know she hurt. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of love, so on and so forth, put into that child. But a 19-year-old kid, they don't just start doing this. All of a sudden, he's just caught up in the mix. I'm sure he had a history of doing crazy stuff, ma'am, that you knew, but he never got caught. There are a lot of kids out here that do some real crazy stuff that's worthy of going to jail, but they in a good position where they never get caught. The timing is right. I got a son that's like that. But he also knows, yo, whatever weight you pulling, you're pulling that. And you better not call me for nothing, because I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get. All in all, man, can't save the world. You can put whatever you can put in your children. Once they get out there, you never know what type of human being you actually raise until you see what they're imprinting on the world. Stolen car, supposedly had a gun, not listening to cops, getting shot, driving off in a stolen car. You say his life ain't worth the car. To him, the car was worth more than his life, because he tried to take off in it instead of just sitting there and being like, hey, look, you got me. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment, man. Tell me if you believe what I believe. I mean, if you agree or disagree with what I said. At what point is a 19-year-old kid not responsible for his actions? He had a job. He could have brought a car. If he wanted a gun, he could have obtained one legally. That's the thing. Nobody addresses the real problem. There are a lot of mitigating factors outside of your home that influence your son to where he did what he did. And the result was what it was. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.